Hi dear cricket fans, subscribers and friends of Cricket Happenings. This is your host Ram with your favorite show Cricket Happenings. Well, we are going to look at two things. One is Pakistan's dramatic victory over New Zealand, where they actually finished the match on the third day itself. So that was something which was a tremendous achievement by Pakistan, and they actually finished the match and they won this match by 10 wickets by actually bowling out New Zealand for 110 after taking a 92 run lead in the first innings. But what was very, very dramatic was the match was over in 3 days. So that is something I would say it was a crushing defeat by Pakistan of New Zealand. In fact, Pakistan won by 10 wickets. That was one match. The other match that we are looking after is India have actually beaten South Africa in the one-off 2020 match, which was played at the Moses Mabhida Stadium in Durban, which was played as a farewell to the one of the great fast bowlers South Africa has produced, which was Makhaya Ntini, who bowled his last ball in international cricket today. Well, what we are going to see today is first let us look at the dramatic game between Pakistan and New Zealand in the first Test match at Seddon Park in Hamilton, where it all started with Pakistan batsman Asad Shafiq and Misbah ul Haq at the crease, resuming at 235 for 4 on the third day. Well, initially the new ball was there, so definitely the New Zealand bowlers had an advantage. But Chris Martin, Tim Southee and Brent Harnell, I would say, wasted the new ball. They couldn't get anything. And Misbah ul Haq and Asad Shafiq actually solved the new ball, and then they slowly started playing their strokes. And once they started playing their strokes, that was the time the first wicket fell. And after this partnership had yielded a lot of runs, in fact, they had taken the score on to 256. Asad Shafiq, after playing some more glorious drives and flicks, was out. He was the first wicket to go, as Southee had him LBW for 83. He missed his century there, 83 with 14 boundaries, but he was a very, very promising knock from this youngster from Pakistan. After that, Misbah ul Haq soon followed on the next over itself, when Brent Harnell actually gave New Zealand a double strike there by actually having Misbah ul Haq LBW for 62 of 161 balls with 7 fours and 1 6, and the Pakistan score was 256 for 6. The new ball was there, but I would say great credit to Adnan Akmal and the wicketkeeper and Abdur Rahman, who played beautifully. In fact, they put up a very, very good stand. It yielded 76 runs for the 7th wicket, and I thought the New Zealand bowlers didn't really bowl well. And Adnan Akmal was playing beautiful drives. Whenever the ball was pitched up, he used to drive. He was cutting well. Abdur Rahman briefly flourished by actually smacking 2 sixes of the bowling of Daniel Vettori, and both of them took the score on to lunch without any further mishap. And after lunch, things started happening for New Zealand, which the first wicket to go was Adnan Akmal, the wicket-keeper, who was caught by Ryder at the gully of the bowling of Southee for 44 of 66 balls with 8 fours. Abdur Rahman also followed him to the pavilion. It was clean bowled by Brent Harnell, giving him career best figures there for Brent Harnell, 4 for 95 with 28 overs and 6 maidens. And Abdur Rahman was gone for 28 of 76 balls, 3 fours and 2 sixes. And Umar Gul also, and then Umar Gul and Tanveer Ahmed joined, and they from 332 for 8. There was another stand it was a breezy stand, I would say, because in 4 overs they had rattled off 34 runs, with Umar Gul hitting 1 6 and 2 fours in a score of 17 of 15 balls, and Tanveer Ahmed played some strokes which would have made an accomplished batsman proud by actually creaming 2 balls through to the boundary. And finally, it was Umar Gul who was out, who was LBW bowled Daniel Vettori for 17, and Tanveer Ahmed followed him, caught by Southee, the bowling of Martin for 18 of 23 balls with 4 fours. And the Pakistani tail had really given them a good lead there with 92. Wahab Riaz was not out or not. 367 all out, and 92 run lead for Pakistan. And the bowling figures: Chris Martin 25.1 overs, 7 maidens, 86 runs and 3 wickets. Tim Southee 32 overs, 10 maidens, 2 for 82, 4 for 95. Career best figures for Brent Harnell, bowled well, I thought. Daniel Vettori 29 overs, 12 maidens, 148. Kane Williamson 6 overs, none for 33. Martin Kapil 2 overs, no maiden, none for 13. But what is very, very baffling is New Zealand. New Zealand started with Tim McIntosh and Brendan McCullum. Tim McIntosh was really struggling with his timing there. He was not getting the ball off the square. Brendan McCullum, on the other hand, was stoking the ball very well. And Umar Gul and Tanveer Ahmed were hit for boundaries by Brendan McCullum, and finally Brendan McCullum was the first to go when New Zealand, it was New Zealand's first wicket to go. When in fact, McIntosh was one. McIntosh was, I would say, dismissed out of his misery there because McIntosh actually played inside a line of a ball from Abdur Rahman, paid the penalty. Adnan Akmal whipped off the bails. Tim McIntosh gone. Stumped Adnan Akmal, bowled Abdur Rahman for 3. And McIntosh was really, really struggling there. And Abdur Rahman was really spinning a web around the New Zealand batsman there. As far as Brendan McCullum was concerned, he was the next to go, caught behind the bowling of Wahab Riaz, who was really, really impressive today, moving the ball both ways. He was swinging the ball, he was getting the pace up a notch, and he was troubling all the batsmen. Brendan McCullum was gone, caught behind the bowling of Wahab Riaz for 35, 46 balls, 5 fours in that knock. After that, that was the time when the New Zealand score was 60 for 2 with Martin Guptill and Ross Taylor in the middle. But suddenly, the New Zealand innings totally collapsed. From 60, they could have only 50 runs, and they lost 8 wickets. It all started like this. Martin Guptill was the first to go, caught by Tawfiq Omar, the bowling of Abdur Rahman for 11 of 35 balls with 1 4. Ross Taylor was involved in a run out which was something of his own making. He couldn't regain the crease. Misbah Ulaq from the deep through the stumps. He was run out for 8 of 21 balls with 2 fours and 60 for. In fact, Ryder was also gone. Jesse Ryder was LBW, bowled Wahab Riaz. A beautiful ball bowled by Wahab Riaz which came in, and Jesse Ryder was trapped LBW. And suddenly the New Zealand score was in tatters, 61 for 5. There was no resistance at all. After that, the youngsters, Kane Williamson was a victim of Wahab Riaz for 1. Ree Sung was trying to stubbornly resist, but all the other fell. In fact, Daniel Vettori fell. He was LBW bowled Abdur Rahman for 3. Tim Saudi was caught. Umar Akmal bowled Umar Gul for 17 of 21 balls with 2 fours. And Chris Martin was caught. Yunis Khan bowled Umar Gul for 7. And Reece Young, as I said, he resisted the debutant, but he was also gone, caught by Azhar Ali of the bowling of Umar Gul for 12. And finally, the New Zealand innings folded for 110. Ben Turner was not out on 8 of 19 balls, 1 4. 110 all out New Zealand. The bowling figures: Umar Gul 8.3 overs, 3 maidens, 3 for 28. Tanveer Ahmed 4 overs, 1 maiden, none for 20. So the spoils were shared by Umar Gul, Abdur Rahman, and Wahab Riaz. Abdur Rahman 15 overs, 6 maidens, 3 for 24. Wahab Riaz 11 overs, 1 maiden, 3 for 38. New Zealand all out for 110, setting a victory target for Pakistan of just 20 runs. In fact, they got it within 3.4 overs. And both the openers, Tawfiq Omar was not out on 12 of 15 balls with 2 fours. Mohammad Hafiz was not out on 9 of 7 balls, 2 fours. 21 for no loss. Pakistan winning the first test match against New Zealand, Seton Park in Hamilton, on the third day itself by 10 wickets. Now they have 2 days of good rest there, and this would do Pakistan really proud. 21 for no loss, Pakistan. Chris Martin 2 overs, none for 11. And Tim Saudi bowled 1.4 overs, no maiden, none for 10. The loss wrapped up, and the man of the match was Abdur Rahman. I thought rightly so, for the way he bowled. Well, dear cricket fans, I don't have much to share here. I could only say Pakistan would be very, very happy. They'll be very, very proudly going into the second test, which starts at Wellington on 15th of January. And now I shift the attention down to the one-off 2020 international, which was played at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. Yesterday I talked to you about its large capacity, and I could see it today why it was. And Makhaya Ntini got a bidding farewell. Probably Makhaya Ntini would have expected South Africa to win, but it was not. India actually won the match by 21 runs. It all started with India, who actually won the toss and chose to bat. Virat Kohli and Murali Vijay walked in. Virat Kohli played some very good leg side strokes. He was whipping the ball very well. Murali Vijay was the first wicket to go after hitting 3 boundaries in his score of 14. He was caught. Van Wyk bowled Parnell for 14 of 12 balls with 3 fours. That was the first wicket to go for India in the third over. After that, Rohit Sharma was the one who contributed. He was the man of the match today. He played superbly. Virat Kohli was a victim of Botha actually had him when Virat Kohli tried to play a ball which bounced a bit, and he was clean bowled by Botha for 28 of 19 balls, 5 fours. He played very well too. Rohit Sharma was the highest scorer with 53. He really thrashed the ball around. 53 of 34 balls, 5 fours and 2 sixes. He was a victim of Duminy. Cotnetini bowled Duminy for 53. Yuvraj Singh got into a misunderstanding with Yusuf Pathan. He was run out for 12 of 13 balls with 1 4. Yusuf Pathan failed here. It was clean bowled by Yuan Theron for 6 of just 8 deliveries. Suresh Raina was the one who really gave the impetus after that. He took the Indian score on to 168 by playing some, in fact, hitting sixes of Makhaya Ntini and Rusty Theron, and also playing his slog sweeps very well. And finally, Suresh Raina was out, caught by Miller of the bowling of around 41 of 23 balls, 2 fours and 3 sixes. Mahendra Singh Dhoni was not out on 10 of 11 balls. And India 168 for 6 on the board of their 20 overs. The bowling figures: Parnell 4 overs 1 for 25, Nitini in his last match 4 overs no made and none for 46, Rusty Taran 4 overs no made and 2 for 39, Robin Peterson 3 overs no made and none for 20, Johan Boda 3 overs no made and 1 for 25, JP Duminy 2 overs 1 for 12. As far as South African innings was concerned, it was Mornie Van Wyk, the opener, really gave them an electric start. In fact, they lost Hashim Amla early on. Ashish Nehra was the best bowler on show today, 4 overs no made and 22 runs and 2 wickets. Nehra was absolutely superb today, and he actually pinned Hashim Amla to the crease and he was gone. Clean bowled by Nehra for 1. So that was the first wicket to go for South Africa. After that, Colin Ingram disappointed. He was caught by Munaf Patel, who was a bit costly, with Mornie Van Wyk thrashing him, hitting him over mid-wicket for 4s, hitting him for 6s, and Mornie Van Wyk was very severe and was very impressive too. But Colin Ingram was gone as he tried to play a catch. He gave a catch to third man of the bowling of Munaf Patel for 2, and South Africa were 31 for 2 at that stage. Walker de Villiers, but Mornie Van Wyk was the man to watch. He was hitting every bowler. In fact, Praveen Kumar was thrashed. In fact, he was very severe on Munaf Patel, whom he took for 20 runs. Ashwin was also thrashed for a 6 by Mornie Van Wyk, and his favourite areas were on the onside. Mid-wicket was the one he was favouriting, and well, AB de Villiers was run out for 14 of 10 balls with 2 fours. After that, the South African innings, there was not much of a momentum, as Duminy fell LBW bowled Yuvraj Singh for duck. David Miller was LBW bowled Patan for 10 of 8 balls with 1 6 there, and Johan Botha was the one who gave some support there with his score on 893 in 10.4 overs. In fact, Mornie Van Wyk has done all the hard work. In fact, he had done everything. He was the one who was really taking the South African innings along. But his wicket went when at the 11th over, when he was gone, caught by Nehra of the bowling of Praveen Kumar for 67 of just 39 deliveries, 5 fours and 5 sixes. A very short player, a short batsman, has a huge backlift, but he played well. And then finally, 147 all out for South Africa. There was not much of resistance. The bowling figures, as Ashish Nehra 2 for 22, 1 for 17 for Praveen Kumar, Munaf Patel 1 for 26 was costly, Ashwin 4 overs no made 1 for 33, Yuvraj Singh 4 overs no made 1 for 20, Yusuf Pathan 3 overs no made 2 for 22. The man of the match was Rohit Sharma of India, and India won this match very handsomely, I would say, by 21 runs. And that is all over. That's it, dear cricket fans. For Cricket Happenings, this is Ram signing off. Thank you.